Rave Show. All right, guys, we should be just about a minute out from the bell ringing here, and the overall market is running up again today. Now, one thing I just want to... Thank you, Bell. You interrupted me. No, I'm just kidding, but one thing I really want to keep in mind today, guys, is that the SPY is sitting right at a pretty key resistance point. Now, I want to show everybody this who's here early on the chart, because it's pretty damn important whenever you look at it as a whole. So let's go to the daily. Obviously, we're running up a lot right now into those all-time highs again. But if we go back to the end of 2021, whenever the market was at its last huge peak, we can actually see, look at right where we saw all these bounces starting to come in at. And this is right at the resistance that SPY is sitting at literally today, 473. So I'm going to watch this area very, very closely on the SPY. And we're going to keep our eyes on Bookmap and see what we're looking like here at 473. Because hopefully we start to see some pretty crazy price action here. And then that'll give us some good opportunities in the market. Now, obviously, there's a lot of stocks probably gapping up this morning. I've been looking through a few, and they're all running up for the most part. Like SQ, breaking its high of yesterday and its high of pre-market today. Looking pretty good at $72 right now. That's been one of my favorites. Netflix was on watch for me if it broke 484. Unfortunately, it got rejected, but that's a pretty good one that I was keeping my eyes on. Obviously, not every play is going to go how you want, so it looks like Square is really having that good momentum today. On my watch list, look at all these stocks that are up, like the solar stocks. Enphase is up 10% today. ChargePoint, Blink, Plug, Solar Edge, FSLR, literally leading my watch list here. I mean, this is pretty weird for the clean energy companies. Wow. It's like every single solar stock and clean energy stock is just straight up exploding here. Look at Lucid Motors even starting to have some great recovery. Same with Rivian. Not bad. Let's see the daily. Nice. Rivian's been coming up amazingly well off of lows here. Love to see that. Lucid looking good. Also off of lows, coming to actually rising above 484 now. It'd be nice to see him hit $5. That would be nice and fun. What's Costco's expected earnings? You know, I have not even looked at their expected earnings, but let's see. Looks like they are estimating an EPS of 3.41 and revenue at 57.78 billion. So we'll have to see how it comes in compared to those estimates there. Let me scroll back a little bit. Let's see. It looks like they're actually expecting the EPS itself to drop down from last time. And the revenue. We'll have to see what it comes in at, though. This might be a little whack. Sometimes TradingView's numbers can be a little bit whack like that. Tesla calls anybody. Let's see. TSLA. Definitely looking pretty good here, guys. Tesla should be on watch, because if we go out, we scroll back, we see that long-term trend line on Tesla. It's actually starting to break that trend line like right now, which is pretty damn big. That is huge at the moment. How is NIO today? Come on, NIO. Nice, coming up off of lows again. I hope you guys who have been buying this up off of the lows have been loving it. Good trades, though, down here. I like that support. $7 is huge on NIO. It keeps holding that. We're at 764 again. Yesterday, people were literally getting freaked out by it, and now it's coming, you know, it's back up into the midpoint of the range. So, I really like to see this, though. It looks awesome. Appreciate everybody, though. Evernight, King, Christian, Mason, Licks, Manny, Ant, Xbox. Let's go. Pretty good opportunity so far today. Let's go over to the QQQ itself. Nice. It's starting to come back up ever so slightly. Bring that watch list back up. Let's scroll down to the bottom. Let's see. Amazon's pretty much unchanged. Let's see if we could... Okay, they're sitting right at $150 a share. Pretty big spot there. How about these airline stocks? Love, AAL, DAL. Not getting the movement that they've had lately. What about Coinbase? Coin looks pretty good. If this one starts breaking 155, that could make for some fun breakout trades there today. Let's see what I can see with Bitcoin here. BTC. Oh, wow. Look at Bitcoin fall down this morning. About an hour before the market opened, Bitcoin had a pretty good tumble there. That's kind of weird. But it came right back, of course, but... Interesting here. Oxy, yes, the oil stocks are really going. Oxy, Zom, BP, they've all been popping off ever since yesterday. They've been doing pretty damn good. Yeah, keep your eyes on Oxy, Zom. Could maybe get some good potential trades out of these if the momentum continues. Also, banks aren't bad. Citigroup, Bank of America, JP Morgan, they're all popping off here today. Nice. Mark says there's so much, I don't know what to do. I know. There's a lot of stocks out there. TGT's even looking pretty hot today. It's hard to follow that momentum whenever it's popping off like this, but there should be some good opportunities. Mainly quick in and out trades is what I would look for here today. Wouldn't try to hold too long. I feel like it can get choppy. Like I said, though, the SPY is right at that key resistance here. And I mean key. Whenever we go out to a daily chart, that is like literally where we saw tons of bounces from 2021. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that overhead resistance there, though. Hope everyone got to see that. Go to the 5-minute chart now. Still rejecting back down off of that resistance. So maybe that'll be a good put opportunity, honestly. It's just so hard to short a market that is this resilient lately. But on the daily, we're getting very, very close to that all-time high. The bears are starting to feast, it looks like. They're getting ready. MSFT broke your level for puts. How's it look in your eyes? Looks pretty good for puts, honestly. I had a great move down here. Obviously, now it's like, it broke 373. Now it's all the way at 370. So, you know, it was one of those stocks you had to enter pretty quickly. It's starting to near support, but I like this. The Mag 7 stocks are definitely starting to look a little bit worse again. Besides Tesla, of course. But Apple and the others are... Oh, wow, even Apple's up. Wow, Microsoft is just having a really bad day. Lately, if Microsoft's been down a little bit, I've seen Apple also down a little, but wow, Apple's really resilient today. Nice, that's good for them. What about Google? All right, Google looks kind of rough, almost like Microsoft. Interesting on these ones today. Not gonna lie, I feel like I might have a choppy day. I kind of do too. I think it could be pretty choppy out there today. Definitely, because it's up so much from yesterday. I would expect some chop. And honestly, I think that this long-term resistance is going to be pretty damn big. Margin Call, what's up? Nice name. Apple might hit 200. Oh, wow, yeah, it might. It's really close. Let's see on the book map how many sellers are stacked up at 200, or how many shares. Whoa. Am I reading this right? 744,000 shares stacked up at 200 on Apple, guys. That is quite the overhead level there. 744,000 shares. Let's do some math here. What's 744,000 times 200? Let's see. 744,000 times 200. That's $148 million sitting at $200 there. That is quite the, wow, that is quite the stack. It is Apple though, so keep that in mind. It's a big company, but that's still that's a lot for $200 a share right there. Jesus. People trying to short her on their last legs, almost out of ammo. I know, right, Martian? For real. I feel like, though, there's going to be maybe, you know, the SPY's about to hit a double top, or about to try to make one, I guess we'll say. We'll have to see if it can break through to that all-time high. What do you guys think? I'm going to make a little poll about the all-time highs. Let me see if I can get this right. Here we go. All right, 3 options here on the poll, guys. Vote it up. Will SPY hit all-time highs soon or double top from 2021 highs in fall? So we have make new highs soon, reject at all-time highs / double top, or stay around the same. Very curious what you guys think. Vote it up. AVGO is still going. Are you kidding me, Xbox? Holy shit. 1109. Oh, man. It just doesn't stop, does it? That is funny. What's up, Randy? Good morning. Good morning, world, and all who inhabit it. True that. Neo pushing, Christian said. Is it? Nice, Neo 781. Beautiful there. Go out to the daily chart. Man, looking even better. Getting higher, closer to the top end of that range now. It would be really cool for them to break $8 again here in the short term. That would be a pretty good move by them. See some good price action there. How's AMD? Looks like they're on fire as well at 140. Oh, wow, they're breaking 140. That was a huge level we had on Bookmap yesterday. Remember, guys, there was like 117,000 shares stacked up at 140. So to break that, let's see how much was stacked up here. Look at that, 120,000 shares got broken right there as AMD ran up through that resistance. That is awesome. Wow, that's a big stack that was there too. Kind of like the Apple stack at 200. 745,000 shares at 200 on Apple. Like, just come on. But going back to AMD, it's looking great. 140.93. I love the way it broke 140 today. Definitely could have been a possible play there. And honestly, I think it can keep going. I mean, this is a fantastic breakout by AMD. Let's see where we're running up into. I mean, I don't really have any major resistance until like 143. So there could be a couple point move here. You know, there's not too much mixed in between. I really like that though, AMD. Love to see resistances break. Uh-oh, NVIDIA, AMD's I guess bigger brother is really falling down here. Maybe going to test the 480 support. Not having a good day for Nvidia. Wow. How's Pfizer? I know we've been eyeing that one up off of lows lately. It fell down a lot, hit a huge support, going all the way back to 2014, guys. And now look, it's starting to get some green coming back in. We talked about this one yesterday a little bit. I think it can be good for some shares down here at these lows. If you guys have been struggling over the past few months and you've been, you know, having a lot of problems in the market, I think that grabbing some of these shares on a dip would be a pretty good way to go, like Pfizer or Disney or something along those lines for the longer term will be pretty good. Like Square's another one. It's up a lot short term, but these stocks are looking really good on these recoveries here. Square today has been so hot. I can't believe it. Up to 74.20. Like, what? That is nuts. Mike says, Tom, in your opinion, with 3 rate cuts next year, this probably rules out recession in 2024. It doesn't, Mike. Let's see recession probabilities. Let's see if I can find it. So here's the current probabilities on Y charts. Now, keep in mind, they are... We just got to keep in mind that the probabilities are rising just a little bit, but honestly, it's not looking too bad. But they actually asked Powell a question about this yesterday, about the recession probability, and he said that, you know, there's always going to be some type of probability, but obviously that's not like what they're looking for, you know, and they're not trying to have one, for example. And, you know, some people actually argue that we already had a recession. They just changed the, I guess, the definition, right? Remember whenever everyone was saying that? They're like, oh, they changed the definition. It used to be 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP, I believe. But now it's totally different. But I don't think it rules out recession totally, but it definitely helps bring us, you know, closer to not having a recession. We'll have to see, though, because policy is going to stay restrictive for a little while longer, you know, heading into next year. So, you know, what if there's a recession in January or February, right? And then they start cutting in March. I'm not sure. We'll have to see how everything plays out, but until they start cutting, I think there could possibly be one. That's a loaded question, though. I'll say that. Very loaded. There's so much that goes into the market in that regards. Nice, Jane. What's up? You didn't say kitties here. I'm watching on my big TV. I was wondering where you were this morning, Jane. I was wondering. Manny said Baba earlier. They're looking pretty hot. How's JD and Baidu and all the Chinas? Nice. They're doing pretty good. Not bad. Not bad from you Chinas. Levels on IWM. Next resistance. Let's see. IWM. The Russell. Well, it's actually like right at resistance. There's a huge one right around 199 to 200. So we gotta watch $200. But I'm really glad you brought it up because 200 seems to be huge on IWM. Thank you, SH. If we break 200, let me look here on the daily again. If we break 200, it looks like 202. And then this one here, 205 for sure. 205 after 200 breaks would be the bigger one I watch. I like this level though, $200. Thanks for pointing this one out. I like those nice even whole dollar levels like that. How's SPY? Is it still rejecting or what are we doing here, SPY? Let's see. Remember, it's right at that super like long-term resistance, so I want to see if that resistance holds up or not. VSCO stock. Let's see. VSCO. Oh, it's Victoria's Secret. At first, I was like, which one is this? Nice. You know, I actually like Victoria's Secret. And you guys can probably wonder why. Let's see from the, let's see this downtrend it's in. Ooh, it's actually in a pretty nasty downtrend right now. And it's sitting right on the trend, actually. Or it's actually slightly breaking it. So, interesting with VSCO. I definitely like it back to the upside, though. Randy says, we all like Victoria's Secret. Don't say everyone. Maybe Jane don't like it. I don't know. ARE. The China ETF, huh? Oh, no. KRE is the regional banking one. Never mind. I think I might be thinking of Queb. Yeah, I'm thinking of Queb. I knew Queb, but KRE I could have sworn. Wow, Queb actually isn't bad off support. I am still holding 2 calls, longest I've ever had. Nice. Jane, are you holding the ones for June still? Let me know if it's the ones for June. I really like this. Scalped a few Netflix in that dip. Let's see. Are you grabbing some calls on the dip, or did you scalp some puts, Mike? Let me know. Randy said, you know, a trading view indicator that creates horizontal lines at the previous day's close. Yeah, I believe they'll call that like OHLC or something. Open, high, low, close. OHLC. Let's see if I can... this is... Here we go. Daily OHLC, maybe? No. Yeah. I think it's like look up a lot of versions of OHLC. TradingView, they have so many of these damn public scripts. It bothers me. Let's see, maybe ranges. I mean, this one has a lot of people who use it. Maybe let's try this one. Whoa. Whoa, what the hell is that? Yeah. Maybe I could just do like previous high. Here we go. Previous day, high and low. There we go. That kind of does it. Yeah, previous day, high and low. Spent too much time on that, though. Randy, I see what you're looking for with that, but kind of interesting. I can't believe I sold out a charge point 1 day before it popped. Oh. Does this happen to you often when you get out too early, Mike said. It definitely has in the past. Like, that's going to happen every once in a while. Can I ask, why did you get out of charge point yesterday? It was actually a pretty good day yesterday. Oh, maybe you got out at like the beginning of the day or something, but Mike, were you swinging like call options, or was it just shares? Or let me know, and then we can go over it a little bit better. AVGO again. Yeah, it really is on fire. 11.15 right now. I can't believe it. SM said Tesla puts now. Let's see. Tesla puts now. I mean, we're sitting right at the trend line right now. Let me switch this line to blue real quick. And this one. I got too many levels on Tesla, guys. I gotta take some off. Sorry. Hang on. These levels are important, though. I don't want to remove them. I'm surprised nobody's mentioned Tesla on the trend anymore. Yeah, I think this is awesome on Tesla, guys. Give this a couple of days, and if this starts to really explode, I think this will be a nice confirmation on Tesla to go on a new big run to the upside. I'm really looking at calls on this one right now over puts, especially with the way it's running up into this resistance like that. These trends are huge, guys. Like, I'm not kidding. If Tesla breaks the trend in a solid way up, boy, I think we're going to see a huge, huge run. We go out to the hourly, it makes it look even better. Yeah, that trend looks pretty damn good. Love it. I'm surprised more people don't get into these trends like this. Man, they are fire once you see them play out a lot. If you've been following the stream for a while, we've seen these trends play out tons of times. And what do they usually do when they start breaking like this to the upside? They usually fucking explode. We can go over a ton of opportunities lately. Look at QQQ breaking its trend recently. Bam, it broke out, had a huge run to the upside, right? Love it. Even SPY had a very similar channel, broke it, ran to the upside. Let's maybe pick a worse stock like Zoom, a stock that's been beaten down. Look at the way they broke their purple trend line here. They broke this huge trend. Once they broke it, they've done nothing but just go straight to the upside, besides yesterday where they had one little dip. But man, look at Zoom today, right back to 73.80 and continuing the trend, confirmed off of that move. Love to see these types of actions and this type of price action on these big trend lines. Watch Tesla here over the next couple and next few days. I would say this, if Tesla can get back above 250, I would pretty much say that the trend is broken here, at least the shorter term blue one. Now, if we zoom out, there's the longer term red trend that is also right here. That trend is slightly higher than 250. Probably right around like 254, 253. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that a little bit too. But I really like this blue trend line. I mean, it's been picture perfect touches on this blue trend line so far. So we'll have to see if Tesla can get that good movement up and out or not. It needs to really stay above like 245 here over the next couple days though. That'll really give us that indication if it stays above 245. And then 250. Oh, Manny. The damn internet, I know. Tell them, Tom, only buy Tesla, no selling. Isn't tomorrow biggest options expiry? Yeah, it's the quad witching day. People always freak out about quad witching, guys, and I'll be real with you. Quad witching, it isn't really anything, guys. Seriously, it's not very... Over the course of history, I've never really seen any huge or crazy moves from it or anything like that. Maybe every, like, one in however many quad witchings, but people really overhype it. And honestly, it seems like, I hate to say it, but a lot of the newbies really overhype it, okay? That's really, I don't know why that is, but it's really overhyped a lot by, like, newer traders, and I don't know why, I guess because, I don't know, they just think it's going to make the market break or something. I have no idea, but I never really see anything notable with those ever, really, so. All right, Tesla hitting resistance at 246, 247. Yeah, like Jane, and you know, there still might be good opportunities tomorrow, so don't just come into tomorrow saying it's quad witching, I'm not going to trade. Like, there could still be a ton of opportunities out there. Just, you know, especially on individual stocks like Square and Tesla and stuff like that. Maybe SPY will get choppy, but I will say it's one of those events that everyone always freaks out about, and then it never ends up being anything. And like I said, it's normally like newer traders freaking out about it. All right, Boeing. Let's see. BA running up into resistance. 252, huge overhead. Watch for it to reject and come back down. And let's be realistic. Like, if we're day trading and stuff anyways, like, honestly, quad witching, we're just going to follow the price action no matter what. So, like, you know, whether it's quad witching or not quad witching or whatever, I go into the market with the same mindset every single day. I don't really try to, you know, let the news or anything weird like that dictate what I do or change my strategies on anything. Like, for example, tomorrow, if Tesla starts breaking out above this trend line, I'm not going to care if it's quad witching. I don't care if it's FOMC day. I don't care if Powell talks. I don't care if Biden crashes the market. All I care about is that Tesla is breaking that trend line to the upside and it's getting some good momentum. And that's what I'll be looking for tomorrow. I got to act like a robot out here, right? No crazy emotions here. All right, let's see. Boeing starting to come down a little bit. Tom, will you buy the call live? I might not even trade Tesla, Jane. I'm not a big fan of trading Tesla, but I know that a lot of you guys are. And I'm a fan of Tesla more for the longer term. I might trade it, you know, if it does get a solid break. I'm going to be really patient, though, on this run-up, and I'm going to catch it. Really, I'm going to really make sure that the trend breaks, okay? So what that means, I'm going to give it a couple days. So look at Zoom here on the trend break. I want you to study how Zoom broke out of its trend here. Very important, because it wasn't just like a clear breakout and then, you know, you could just swing Zoom for 5 days and win. You know, you would have had to hold it for a little while. Like, look how it broke the trend, and then it had a couple red days consolidating right there, right at the top of the trend. Then it had a big green day. Then we had a big rejection on Monday. I can't remember why the market fell that day, but there was a big rejection. A lot of stocks fell, and it actually moved back under the trend slightly, but then came right back. And then we started bouncing up off the trend again. I call this move a nice confirmation off the trend because it didn't just run up above the trend like crazy. It kind of stayed there, consolidated, and confirmed a little bit. And I usually try to wait for that type of confirmation before I jump in. Now, Tesla is a very volatile stock, right? The options will probably go nuts. Like I said, if we could break like 250, that might be a good area to, get into some calls at. Even in the short term, I think if we break like 247.50, I think that running up into 250 could be nice, but it's definitely going to be one of those plays I'm patient and I wait for that trend break with. And then I'll try to catch like a few good days like how Zoom has them. Like ever since that trend broke, Zoom's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green days and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red days. So it's not like it's been just all sunshine and rainbows with it on the break. But if you can get in on the confirmation somewhere low on the trend, that would be ideal. So like if we go back to Zoom on the hourly here, you see how like it broke the trend, and here I'll draw like some arrows to these bounces so you guys can see. You would have wanted to have been trying to get in on this lower end of the spectrum here, like somewhere around 67.40, not somewhere like at 68.80 or 69. That was up around the resistance there. Try to get in lower. Yeah, Tesla can really hurt you, Jane, especially if you don't have like a super good plan going in or something. It can definitely get you here and there. Really, yeah, it's rejecting right at resistance right now, right at the trend. If we can break 248, I think you could get a good scalp to 250 today even, but just make 248 break first. I do love the way it's setting up though, and I think it can break here. It's a tough one. On that daily, it's tough because if it stays in this trend and it keeps trending back to the downside, then that long-term trend's going to hold up and this thing's going to have to wait a while to run. I'm hoping that with the Cybertruck and everything that in the shorter term, they can break that trend sooner rather than consolidating for another like 6 months. Because if it starts really falling away again, it'll probably consolidate for a long time. Lucid, what strike price and expiration would you consider if you were going to make a play? Lucid. Let's see the daily. Yeah, looking pretty good here. Let me go out to Thinkorswim real quick. I would probably look at like April of next year. Yeah, April, the call options are cheap. Really cheap. I would do like I would probably try to do the 450s or the 5 strike calls for April 19th, 2024. If not even going out to June. Honestly, going out to June isn't too bad on this one. Yeah, like I said, 450 or 5 strikes for April. Look pretty good. I would probably go with the 5 strikes. And I would probably try to get in. Like right now, the bid's 0.80. The ask is 0.85. I would probably throw a limit order in there at like 0.82 and see if it could get filled. I would definitely do this one as like a longer term type of swing though with it. It's looking amazing here back up. Not amazing, but at least it's starting a good uptrend, and if it does start truly moving back up in a good way, man, those calls are going to be amazing. How do you like Microsoft to the upside for tomorrow? MSFT. Honestly, I'm kind of thinking more to the downside. I'll be real, Corbin. It kind of seems like a good bearish play to me. We've been waiting for it down. We actually had it as a bearish play in last night's video. Well, actually, we had it both ways, but it broke that support well. I really feel like it looks good down. Yeah, I love it down here. I wish I could say I loved it up, but just the way it's moving here short term is no bueno for me. No bueno. And it actually just broke a short-term trend. Look at that. Look at that right there. Let me draw the trend out a little bit better here. Okay. There we go. I like that one. Couple trends going on here. That one's nice though. Starting to break down under there. I like that 370 support starting to give out. That's definitely an interesting one. How is Peloton here? Whoa, Peloton. That's amazing here. Right at $6. That's awesome. Peloton looks pretty good here in its channel. Like it could start to really uptrend soon. I love that one. Come on, DKNG. Coming back up to highs of the year again. Let's go, DraftKings. Let's go. I bought that hedge play and then I had to close it yesterday. Whenever I saw the market running up with Powell, I was like, I am getting out of that hedge. That's for sure. So yeah, I jumped out of that thing. Quick as hell. Saw that jump and I was like, I'm getting the F out. Shouldn't be too late to find any setups today, right? No, Justin, maybe not. DraftKings still looks pretty good right at its high of day. Square is already up a ton. Definitely a no play on that one now. Microsoft has been dying. They might be a good dip buy back up here in a second. Solar Edge, Peloton. Nice. They're not the best there today, though. What about AMD? They're looking pretty fire. If AMD can break its high of day again at like 140, 150, I think there's room up to 143 on AMD. So I see some possible momentum coming in there. Hey, Jane, I saw her post up. Look at this, guys. Look at Jane posting this up. This is sick, Jane. Got us on the TV here today. Love to see it. That's awesome. I'll never forget, somebody was sending pictures. They had us on like a laptop on an airplane one time. That was one of the cooler pictures I'd ever seen. If you're in here and you sent the picture, let me know. I can't remember who sent it, but... Trading right now is chaos, not worth risking. What? There's a lot of great opportunities here in the short term. Hey, there's AMD breaking high of day again. I get it that it might be tough for people who might not have a solid plan heading in, or people who might not be able to adapt to the bullish side. You know, a few things like that could come into play, but for the most part, I mean, man, it's like, it's pretty good out there overall. Palantir is really pulling back. That's a tough one today. All right, Neo's starting to come down a little bit off of $8. Of course it is. Hitting right off of 8 and coming back. Still looking great, though. I think it's still setting up great. There we go. Oh, come on. Did I do it? Hate these stupid things on the phone. You try to like log into a broker or something and they're sending you like 10 codes to get in, and god damn. All right, Palantir selling off. I guess it's better than having someone steal my account, but all right, Boeing falling under 250. This actually might be a pretty good pullback opportunity here if it does break this triple bottom right around 249.50. Definitely eye that up as a good support. Jane said today feels like free money. For real, it's been on fire, Jane. For real, you get it? Ha, Xbox says they got me on the 75-inch in the living room. God damn. Wow, Xbox sent a picture too. Nice. Send your setups, guys. That's pretty cool. Those are cool. I like that. Wow. Yeah, I like Tesla, though. It's had a great move today. It's probably... Man, the way it's starting to break that trend here is just so hot. I probably won't look at it too much today, but tomorrow... That'll be where I think the afterburners might come on, we'll say. That's where I'll hope to see the better movement. Really appreciate everybody being here today, though. Pretty fire so far. A lot of breakouts happening. And I'll tell you what, the long-term accounts right now, guys, are on fire. I cannot even explain the importance of the long-term accounts, guys. Seriously. Imagine that you've just been dip buying SPY and, you know, putting a lot of money into the market as it was dipping down over the past couple years, you know, averaging in. Here, I want to get a calculator up because I really want to show people the perspective of things, because people, I don't think, understand. They want to make way too much money too quickly. I'll do a little example here. So, like, let's just say from the midpoint to the high, the market's up around 20%, right? Let's say you have a $20,000 account, okay? You know, you lost on some options this year. You know, you've tried to day trade too much. You over leveraged a little bit. You know, let's say you lost like, you know, 30% of your account. Now you're sitting with something like, you know, 16,000 or, you know, 15,000, so something like that, right? You know, pretty hard loss. Now look, if you just would have put that 20 grand into the market and you made your 20%, you would now have 24,000 in the account. Now I know that might not seem like a lot, but that's still a 20% gain on that money. Still really, really good. Now I know a lot of people might be like, well, that's only 4,000. But it's better to be at 24,000 than it is to be at 16,000, you know, or at 13,000, right? So if trading hasn't been going well for you over the past year or year and a half, I sure to God hope that investing has, because I'll say the long-term accounts and the way that these stocks have been coming up has been so amazing that I don't know. I mean, it's going to be fun for the next, if we do make a new all-time high with SPY and start to run up. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but it's going to be fun for Tom out here, you know, looking at like tons of investment properties and tons of shit, you know. I mean, it's, you know, you just have to be buying into those shares though and getting those stocks while they're low and letting them ride. Like, let's go look at DraftKings. All right, DraftKings. Let's say you averaged in, and you even averaged in and you got in at a shitty price. Let's say it's like 22 or 23 bucks, right? 23 bucks. The stock is up 66% right now, guys. 66%. Imagine if you just would have had 20 grand into DraftKings times 0.66. 13,200 plus 20,000. I mean, you'd be sitting at 33,000 now, starting with 20,000 if you were just averaging into DraftKings shares over the past couple years. And honestly, you could have gotten much better levels than that. Here's another one. Disney, literally right now, it's been great. My average price is 90, so I'm going to use my average price because I really like it. So like, let's just say you're throwing 20 grand into Disney right now, okay? You're going to hold this for the long term and just let it run for a couple years. You're going to put that 20 grand in and act like it's gone. Obviously, you're not. You're going to look at it, but, you know, the main point is just to hold until it starts getting really high. Let's say, you know, you go from 90. Let's just say it retests recent resistance or something. Close to 120. That's a 33% gain right there. You know, times 0.33. Oh, I messed it up now. 20,000 times 0.33. Bam. 6,600. So now you'll be sitting at 26,600, right? And then now that compounds now. So like now, let's say Disney ran up, you're selling it, and then let's say AMD dips, right? And you're like, oh man, I want some AMD. So you grab it at like 120, we'll say, you know, at the time. Let's just say it dips to 120. You know, you get out, let's say you're getting out at like 150 again. So like 30% again, right? Now you do this one times 0.30. Bam, 7,980 plus 26,600. You know, now you're sitting at 34,000 and you started with a $20,000 account. As you do this and time goes forward, you know, every 6 months, year, couple years, few years, and you should be putting more money in too. You know, like 500 a month, 1,000 a month. You know, if it's an IRA, I think it's like 560 a month or something, or maybe a little bit more now. But if you're maxing it, but I would just do a brokerage account, honestly. It's good to have your IRA, but I would definitely do one of those too. But I just mean like you can throw more in the brokerage, so, you know, you can do that on top of the IRA. But my main point is just that, like, look at these gains. I mean, if you guys have not been seeing these gains over the past couple years, you're seeing something go wrong. You know, you must not be investing into the right stuff or doing the right things. Because, man, I mean, like, my long-term accounts have been loving this movement back up. I mean, it's been amazing. Whether you look at Disney or DraftKings or SPY or VOO or Caterpillar even. I mean, God, like, guys, it's like everything has been, you know, unless you picked Pfizer, which fucking sucks, you know, then you should have done fairly well, you know, or Ford. Maybe if you picked them, you would have messed up too. But for the most part, if you're out here picking good tech stocks or something, or like decent growth stocks like Square, you know, buying them off the lows, or Zoom averaging in on the lows, something like that, buying around support, you should be up fairly well. You know, and I try to reiterate this as much as I can so that, you know, you guys can start feeling that overall market movement, because it's so fun to get in on those, you know. And then look, you can still day trade. Like, day trading's still out there, right? Like, why not? It's just be a lot more selective with it. Like, don't feel like you need to day trade like 10 times a day. You know, I see it so much in Discord, and, you know, we can only beat the drum so many times, right? It's like, my long-term account is up 8% in a week. Nice, Ant. That's beautiful. Gengar says couple years. I just started a year ago. That's good, Gengar. That's good. You started a year ago. You have lots of time to buy shares while you're learning then. We are kind of getting close to extreme greed, not gonna lie, Margin said. Yeah, the overall market definitely is getting very, very close there. I'm really curious if the overall market's gonna start to consolidate a little bit more up here and maybe double top. You know, keep in mind that we've been down for so long, that the market might end up double topping up here. I mean, it's a very, very large possibility in my mind. We've seen the market do double tops, or at least have a lot of crazy price action at those levels it could have double topped at. I mean, there's been a lot of double tops out there on the SPY and the overall market, so don't be surprised, guys, if the market does double top. Seriously, it's definitely something to keep in mind here and be mindful of. Apple trying to kiss 200. Oh, wow. Is this all-time highs for Apple? It's got to be. Yeah, come on, Apple. Give it a kiss. Let's see it. AAPL. Nice. Lots of consolidation. Not bad. 200 on the book map. 779,000 shares sitting there at 200. That is something else. Can't believe it. That'd be funny if there was 1 million shares there. That would be pretty cool. AMD 142 is huge on the book map now. 140 might act as decent support here on this dip. So if you're eyeing up AMD today, watch 140 on the dip. That might be a good level here. It might touch 140 and start popping back up. Sean said, I've been doing a lot better sticking with 3 good day trades per week than deploying multiple other strategies. I like that, Sean. I think that's really smart, because then you're not over trading. It's really good. Yeah, I like that. Not over trading is very important to drill into our heads. That's how I lost 2 to 3 of my portfolios. The greed mentality is so strong after doing a good trade. I think I can do another and another. I actually have a funny story. It's actually not funny, it's sad. And then I'll have to end the stream here, guys. I gotta do something today. But, with the story, there was this one lady who joined StockedUp a long time ago. We'll just call her C for now. Her name started with a C. She joined StockedUp, and this was during the Tesla craze. I think it was like 2018, 2019 or something like that. During the Tesla craze, this lady turned like 5 grand into like 50 grand on Tesla options in like 3 days. Just getting lucky with calls, you know, during that really hot time. That sounds great, right? Well, I really tried to plead with this woman to calm down and to maybe take 10 grand out of that and keep day trading with that, and to maybe take 40 grand or 30 grand or something and start buying shares for the long term and getting into those long-term stocks. Needless to say, she didn't listen, and she kept thinking that she could just go all into Tesla calls. We'll just say that it was like no time before she lost all that back. You know, I mean like no time. 5 grand to 50 grand to 0. Like literally like bam. And it was so sad because she'd be messaging me saying, hey, this is going on, this is going on. And I would say, hey, I'm telling you, you know, you need to try to limit your risk on here and stuff. And it just didn't matter. You know, she had to keep doing it. It was a sad situation, actually. But it was just one of those situations where, you know, if you get lucky on something like that, I would not use the whole amount you just made to try again. You know, she's like, well, if I did that with 5 grand, now I can turn 50 grand into 500 grand then. You know, that was the mindset. And I get it, but I don't think that's worth it. Yeah, you're right. Typical gambler mentality. And I feel like that's how a lot of people think about trading, but you should do a Q&A about trading psychology. That wouldn't be too bad, Jane. I mean, you can always ask about those at the live Q&A. All right, guys, I got to end up this poll here. Will SPY hit all-time highs soon? Make new highs definitely is winning by a lot. 68% of you guys thought that. 25% picked rejected all-time highs or double top, and 6% picked stay the same. So I really appreciate that, guys. Thanks for voting up in the poll. And hey, thanks for being here today. It's been a pretty good trading day. There's been a lot of stocks moving. I haven't found a ton of opportunities personally, but hopefully Tesla keeps moving out and up on the overall trend on the daily chart. That's looking pretty fire. Don't forget that trend line. It's going to be on watch a ton over the next couple days for a bigger breakout. But I really appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of your day. I will talk to you tomorrow. Sorry I have to end a little bit early. I do have something I gotta go to, though. I will talk to you guys soon, and I will see you later.